chapter 22, verses 1 and 2, and it reads, Then the angel showed me the river of the water of light, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb. Through the middle of the city, of the street, on either side of the river is the tree of life, with its 12 kind of fruits, producing its fruit each month. And the leaves of the trees are for the healing of the nations. About 12 years ago, I went on this adventure. I was much younger and much skinnier. I had made this declaration during this time that I was going to do more white peopling activities. I would hear my coworkers come back from their hiking and camping and horseback riding trips, and they were so excited. And they would come and tell me of these stories. And I would look at them, an African American, and say, that sounds like some good white people in activities. Finally, one coworker had worn me down. And she said, come on with me and my partner, we're going kayaking. I needed something new in my life, y'all. I kept telling myself, so I agreed. I went home and I Googled, first of all, what is a kayak? I went to the stores looking for a good kayaking outfit. Because if they was going to kill me, Mama, I was going to look good. She calls me and gives me the date and the location, and I show up with my fresh kayaking outfit on and my best wig. They sprayed me down with the bug spray and the sunscreen, and they gave me the water shoes. Y'all, I was deep in this white people. We began to walk down a trail, and as we're in the middle of the trail, there are trees lined around the trail. I'm nervous and I'm concerned. I keep telling them I'm about to turn around. I've seen this in movies before. And right before I'm about to give up and turn around, I see the sparkle of the sun shining on the river. This is where I see John in the text.
Come on,
He's standing with the angel, and she's showing him the river of water of life. He sees the throne of God and the Lamb sitting in the middle of the city. He continues to gaze around, and he sees 12 trees with different fruits, and he recognizes that its leaves are to heal the nation. Y'all, it was a sight for sore eyes. Because John had spent the entire book with sore eyes. Have y'all read Revelation? If you close your eyes and imagine you have been exiled from your hometown and placed in isolation, only for this spicy black man to walk up to you and say, write what you see. Nerves already shot and trying to figure out what just happened, and now he is called to write. Write about the 7 churches. Write about the throne room. Write about the 6 seals. And by the time we get to chapter 6, we have the theodicy question of the entire book. How long before God will respond to the injustices? And I'm sure someone here has the same cry, because you too have sore eyes. Sore eyes that have seen the harlots, a big-breasted, bleached, blonde beast. Sore eyes that use a false son and the false theology to put families in cages. Sore eyes that keeps us feeling like we are in darkness, and every step racism keeps gnawing at their tongue. Sore eyes because the commandment of love your neighbor has become the painful sores of abuse from the LGBTQIA community. Sore eyes because it feels like with every week more blood gets poured into the sea, and there is an overwhelming sense that everything is drying. I can't be the only one that can sit with John and see the bowls of America. Babylon. And you have in this moment the audacity to graduate, to teach, to preach, and to write. Yes. But it's all because we now too can see the river. Listen, Dr. Case Winters, you know I don't really know nothing about outside like that. So I had to go to my homie Google to explain to me what exactly is a river. I learned that a river is a natural flowing water source moving in one direction, always from high elevation to lower elevation.
That's right.
Rivers have a source where it begins and a mouth where it ends.
Come on.
Rivers don't stay small because it constantly gathers, and everything that comes in contact with the river, it takes to the next location.
Yeah.
Therefore, if we place ourselves in the same location as John, and when we look over and see the river in the midst of our sore eyes, it is an understanding that everything that flows from the river comes from the source. If I can point to someone, if you got a little lost, go back to the text, because it says the river is flowing from the throne of God and the Lamb.
You better walk that text.
That we recognize at every moment in our lives, when we thought Babylon had won, every moment when we wanted to walk away, every moment when we were sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Come on, wife. Come on, wife.
White supremacy seemed like they had one step ahead of us. All we had to do was get to the river. And I wonder if I got 2 or 3 folks on tonight.
Come on, come on, come on.
Right in the moment to get to the river, because the river showed up with transformation of thought and a community to hold us together. The river was telling us that Afrocentrism would give us imagination. The river taught you that pluralism to stretch your theology. The river sat with your prophetic imagination preaching class and your prophetic class.
You better preach
and
that.
your prophet courses, and realized that the river had a language, and we were about to learn how to speak.
That's right, brother.
I know I got some folks who showed up on some days with sore eyes, but was able to get to the river. It was a river that flowed through us, that we missed family moments and community events. It was the river that showed up in moments when we wanted to give up and quit. It was the river where papers were due and life just seemed like it was too much had going on. Here's a catch. The water shows up in the moment, not as a trickle, but as a flood. And some of us had to learn the difference between drowning and being drenched. Sometimes the river doesn't come to comfort you. Sometimes the river comes to overwhelm everything that we thought the river could hold. And for some of us, we began to enter into a flood. However, the flood is the exact place that we find the Lamb. And sometimes the Lamb showed up as a theology book. And sometimes the Lamb showed up as Dr. Gina Kane. And sometimes the Lamb showed up as Dean David Watkins. And sometimes, John Michael, the Lamb showed up when we were standing in hospital rooms, when we felt all alone. Because here's the catch about the Lamb. The catch about the Lamb is the Lamb shows up and understands, because the Lamb has been slaughtered. The Lamb has went through betrayal. The Lamb has been stuck in places. The Lamb understands exactly what we are going through. This is the Lamb who understands our struggle. But it is in this moment of the flood that the Lamb pulls us out of the flood and places us back in the river. The river of new relationships. The river of freedom classrooms. The river of new friendships that kept us close to the river. And I know you told me to stay with the river and the Lamb. But listen, hear me out. Because the text won't let me leave without turning to look at the other side of the river. And on the other side of Revelations 2:22 tells us there's a tree of life.
Come on, Reverend.
If I can cross-pollinate the text and take you back to Genesis. There's a tree.
I like it.
And that tree is one we really couldn't touch. But now we find ourselves in Revelation where there's a tree of life. This tree got more than 4 fruits. It's got 12. And these fruits produce every single month. And the leaves are for healing the nations. 12 kind of fruits, which means God has more strategies than we have ever tasted.
Come on, preacher.
Same source. It flows from the throne. And it flows from the Lamb. So here's what's so amazing about the tree, is that the tree doesn't go searching for water. The tree positions itself by the river and stays there.
Look at that wordplay.
It's so close to the source, there is an endless amount of nourishment that is available to the tree. Not because the tree is exceptional, but because the tree knows if I just stay close. So we're not graduating, y'all, away from the river.
Right.
Antonio, we're graduating into a deeper proximity to it. This degree is not permission to leave the source.
Come on,
This degree is the evidence that you stay close enough to produce one long and fruitful journey. And what we produce is not for us. Because there are leaves on your tree that belong to somebody else.
Come on,
There's
preacher.
a person somewhere who's losing their
wife.
faith.
That's
That's my wife.
Yes, sir.
Who has been to the river and that's some real. Stay close to the river.
I know Lauren. That's my
A
wife.
child of God who has been told that the river doesn't flow for them.
Come on, wife.
They've been told they can't stand outside the city gates.
Wow.
They need somebody who carries leaves like the medicine of radical welcome, who stays close to the river. There's a woman called, gifted, and anointed who has been denied the pulpit, denied a seat at the table, denied to get in the room, and she needs somebody who knows how to stay close to the river. There's my Latino cousins who are being attacked on every side, who needs to know that we are fighting with and besides them, because the river makes room for all of us. Stay close to the river. There is this country, this land, this growing creation that is crying out for healing because the land needs leaves. The nation needs healing. And the tree that produces that healing is the one that stayed close to the river. So we walk across that stage tomorrow. We're not walking away with something. We're walking towards somebody. Back to those whose healing requires our leaves.
Yeah.
Stay close to the river.
Yeah.
Stay close to the river. And y'all, I got in that kayak.
Bring us back.
Because as Hugh said, I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient
Yeah.
as a world.
Yeah.
And older than a flow of human blood and human veins. And my soul has grown deep like these rivers. Y'all, we're going to get these degrees because the trees are already planted. The Lamb is still on the throne.
Yes.
And all we have to do
Stay close.